behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there, it's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great interview coming up. So, and I know you don't want to miss this interview, but before we get into that, don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons below you there, and you're always going to get the latest interviews notified to you whenever they're available. And leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you check out the description part of this interview, you'll notice that there's contact info. And we'll have that on the closing credits at the end of the show, so I know you want to stay tuned for that. From Indianapolis, Indiana today, we have W.O.M.S, a very talented hip-hop artist. I think you're going to like this guy. And we're going to get to that interview in just a second, but first there's another quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away, we'll be right back, right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Indianapolis, Indiana, we have W.O.M.S today. Thanks for joining us, W.O.M.S.
Thank you.
Well, tell us your story about how you started. You know, everyone has their own story. I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist since you were a little kid. Maybe it fell later in life. I mean, tell us in your own words, though. We'd love to hear.
Funny enough, I got into music tapping into myself because I graduated, so I got expelled. I got into a little altercation. I got expelled at 17, but I graduated at the same time. So during that moment, it kind of like, it transitioned me out of being around a bunch of people to being by myself more. And once I started being by myself more, I discovered like music is my art. I'm good at writing. I've always been really good at writing poems and, you know, studying literature and things of that nature. And so like creative writing, I've always been very good at creative writing, but I never knew that I was musically inclined though, until after graduation, and where I fell in love with Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill. But ultimately before that, it was J. Cole. J. Cole, I used to walk to school every morning, and I used to bump J. Cole album. I think it was the off season. I used to bump J. Cole album, and he used to just give me that motivation feeling that, yeah, I'm ready and I'm him and I don't need nobody. I'm by myself, you know? And I really didn't even realize it until I really thought about it, because I was like, how did I get into that? Like it just came to me so naturally that I didn't even notice that I was into it, you know? And ultimately starting the music part, I really started off like playing, because I'm a very joking person. So I always started off playing because I used to always hear people with no talent, but they will always blow up to the highest of statues. So I was like, to me, music was always a joke because of the way that it was promoted. Music, to me, it was always superficial. Like it wasn't no realness to it. And so once I started music, I was just saying anything. I was just hopping on the mic, and but it was really fun. And once I found out it was fun, I guess I kind of had to take it serious, but I shaped it in a way to where I could talk about what I want to talk about. Like, of course, like the song that I sent you I do got songs like that where I'm just saying anything. Like it's still me, but I'm just having fun with it. But on certain songs, I like to get intellectual and really talk about things that really matter to me, dear to the heart, and things that I feel like it'll resonate with other people and it'll help them, you know? But it took over my life.
Yeah, that is a good story too. And I know you mentioned Erykah Badu. I hadn't thought about that name in quite a while. I remember when she was real popular and doing that music thing. And did you have any other inspirations besides Erykah Badu? Or
Yeah, a whole bunch. like I said, Miss Erica Badu, Miss Lauren Hill. Miss Lauren Hill, she's the reason that I know how to rap. That like me being able to express the way that I express myself, she's the reason. The song Doo-Wop, those two verses on that song, those are the concrete. That's the concrete to my musical art. That's like Miss Lauren Hill she's different. I never put nobody above her. I don't care if you sell out a million stadiums. I'm not you can't be above her in my shoes. In my eyes. But I say Nas, uh Kodak Black a lot. I feel like Kodak Black don't get enough attention for his smart and his lyricism. I feel like he don't get enough attention. Jay-Z, he taught me how to Nas taught me how to be super lyrical, and Jay-Z taught me how to be swaggy with my lyricism. Like Jay-Z taught me like, yeah, just basically how to be swaggy with it. Like Nas, he do got the swag, but it's more like super East Coast. Like it's more rugged than Jay-Z. Jay-Z kind of got like that chill, laid back kind of, you know what I mean? And it showed me like you can mix all of these different things together and come up with the ultimate product. Like I don't have to copy nobody. I can see what I like from this artist, what I like from this artist, and I can learn from them. And that's what I do. W.O.M.S, like him and his aggression, him being able to, you know what I mean? He really speaking with his chest. He ain't just saying, so he's saying everything he say, he mean it. The Far Side, just different flows. I'm learning different flows and things of that. I gotta bring up Tupac and Biggie, just for the simple fact. I've never heard nobody flow like Biggie. To me, Biggie is not the best rapper to me. Like to me, Biggie not top 5 to me. But his flow, I've never heard nobody flow like Biggie. Like he know how to punch syllables like nobody I've ever heard. I've never heard I've never heard nobody do like how Biggie do. But Tupac, that's the person that I was getting. That's who they was comparing me to the most. It was Tupac and J. Cole. That's who I was getting compared to the most. And at first I didn't hear it until I started listening to Tupac, and I'm like, okay. I kind of hear like it's kind of like he preaching to you, but he's saying some gangster stuff at the same time, and it's swaggy like Jay-Z. Like Tupac is like LeBron of rap. He's all around, like he got everything. He's all around. And Lil Wayne, that's my GOAT. Lil Wayne, he the GOAT to me. Lil Wayne's for somebody to be able to articulate themselves like that and not write one time, he's the GOAT. Lil Wayne the GOAT. I could go on and on all day. It's a million people that just.
Yeah, but those are the good ones right there that you mentioned. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Tupac. I mean, a lot of people were really reflect on Tupac, so I can see how you get your sound from there. Well, in just a minute, we'll be watching your video, as we talked about a minute ago, but people want to get more songs from you. Are you on all streaming platforms? You on social media? You have a website? I mean, tell everybody all about that.
Okay, so I got some songs on Spotify, and I got some songs on SoundCloud, which I haven't dropped in a while, for the simple fact I am a perfectionist. I have a bad habit of being a perfectionist. And so when I hear a song and I have the image of that song in my head and I don't hear it come out exactly how I want it to sound, it make me not want to release it, because I'm not just putting it out for other people, I'm putting it out for myself. And I want to be able to listen to my own song and vibe with it. Yeah, this may sound good to this person and this person, but I know that if it sounds good to me, it's going to sound way better than anybody else could ever imagine. Because the image that I have in my head, they obviously don't have in their mind. So I got a bad habit with perfectionism, which is a double-edged sword, because yeah, I'm very talented, but as you can see, I don't have that much music out that you can go see. And the music that I do have out, it don't even represent me as an artist in full. It just represent one little aspect. And it's just, I kind of just be hindering myself, but I do got my Spotify, which is under W.O.M.S. And I got, you can find me on TikTok, at what is it? At Womski, which is WOMSKI. Instagram, which is Stack Addict. But you can also find that under Womski. All of it under Womski, which again is an acronym which stands for World on World Shoulders. Just me being like, my whole thing is changing the tide of things. Like I kind of like a revolutionary to show people yeah, you could rap about BS, but it's also a certain way to rap about it in a way that you don't have to promote it. And it's also a certain way to rap about it so where you could rap about the same thing in many different ways. So yeah, on this song, I might be talking about it this way, but on this song, I'm talking about it in a whole different perspective. Most people get caught up in this one perspective, and people looking at that one perspective in awe because they don't know how I look on the other side. When the side that they glorifying is really bringing everybody down, you know. And I've seen the side that bring people up. People do want to hear that. People do want to see it, but they just not hearing it in a way that really resonate with them. Anytime somebody make music that's uplifting, it's usually corny. And don't nobody want to listen to no corny music. That's just as simple as that. And so I learned how to uplift people in a swaggy way. That's my thing. That's who I am. I learned how to uplift people in a swaggy way, but still talk about BS if I want to talk about BS. Cause it's me. I'm not about to deny who I am. It's me. You know. But
all right. Well, check him out on those streaming platforms. You mentioned social media as well. I know he would love you for that. And I think the name of this song is called Nagalix, I do believe.
Nagalix.
Yeah, tell us a story about that. It's an interesting song, by the way, and I love it, by the way. So go ahead and tell us a story about that.
Yes, sir. So Nagalix is basically, like an alcoholic.
Uh-huh.
The alcohol. So a Nagalix is a person that's addicted to nagging. You nag all the time. So that's
self-explanatory.
So that's how I got that. And then in the song, yeah, that's one of those songs where I was just having fun. I heard the beat come on. I was like, yeah, it keep calling my phone, asking me what. And a lot of the stuff that I talk, I'm not like, I don't really be making no stuff. It be real. Like Drake, I even shout out Drake. A lot of people ain't been messing with Drake, but I'll shout out Drake. I heard one time all Drake do was go into the studio and say stuff that really happened, and then he make it sound hard. Like he make it sound gangster, or he make it sound swaggy. That's all Drake do. And I'm like, what? We might as well, I could do that. And then I mean, I ain't gonna say anybody could do it, but I know I could do that. So that's how I learned how to do that. That's one of those songs where I'm basically doing that, where I ain't talking about nothing, but it's real talk. But I'm just putting it in the swaggy gangster way.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said a minute ago, it is a great song, and I know you guys are going to love it too. And we'll get to that in a second. But W.O.M.S, thank you so much for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have it back on again sometime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, and here it is, Nagalix by W.O.M.S, and it starts right now.
Asking me what
myself some noses. Don't burn shit like some chalky, yeah, she a couple, but I'm a baller. I slash shit like a rocket, I got this out of that leaf floating. Unless you buy the bar, I gotta say goodbye, bitch, I'm tryna focus. Hey, bitch, quit calling my phone. Ask me what the fuck I been doing, bitch, like 6 in the morning. I'm out here getting this baby, got time to be wasting no motherfucking hoes. Spend my legion on rocking our shows. Stepping once to the sky, so my granny get flopping, so leave she on the way, on. Bitch, quit calling my phone. Ask me what the fuck I been doing, bitch, like 6 in the morning. I'm out here getting this baby, got time to be wasting no motherfucking hoes. Spend my legion on rocking our shows. Stepping once to the sky, so my granny get flopping, so leave she on the way.